Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Narayana iti namine Sri Krishna Leela Kadane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Gunaisya Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahandam Narayanam Swam Sirasa Namami Aratyo Bhagavan Brajeshatanayas Dadama Brindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Braja Vadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumarto Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matam Idam Tatradharana Paraha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So welcome to the 9th episode of Holy Dhams series. So today we plan to cover a very important, actually two very important holy places in Vrindavan. It is Gokul and Raval. So Gokul is the place where Sri Krishna appeared and Raval is the place where Sri Radharani appeared. So these both are in one vana called Mahavana. So this picture you see is the entrance to the palace where Nanda Baba and Yashoda lived. This palace is called Nanda Bhavan. So this is where Lord Krishna crawled. So what you see at right is inside the complex actually, and on the wall it shows the history of Vasudev carrying Vasudev Krishna from Madura to here in Gokul. Remember there is two versions actually. Lord Krishna appeared at the same time in two places. So that in who appeared in the Madura was Lord Narayan or Lord Vishnu, and it's actually when Krishna comes down and all his expansion also come in his with him. So then in Gokul, that is the place where Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna also born as a baby, and for whom the umbilical ceremony was, cutting ceremony was really done on the next day. Okay, so what Vasudeva brought from Madura was Vasudeva Krishna, who's Narayan. So then when Vasudeva actually carrying Krishna here, he saw only the Yogamaya. So Yogamaya doesn't need to be really, because he just appears. Because if you see that, Shakti doesn't get born. So he actually appears. Like, that's how it works. So this Yogamaya, she was actually there as a baby, and then he really exchanged and went. And this Krishna came from Madura. He actually merged into this Yashoda Nandan Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. Okay, this is how it is written in the higher sastras. Now, anyway, so as soon as we enter into this complex, what you really see straight, right? If we look at the left side picture, you will actually see a temple of Lord Shiva. So that is the exact place where Lord Shiva was standing, waiting for a darshan of baby Krishna. So if you also see that, wherever there are temples and also holy places, pastime places of Lord Krishna, nearby, somewhere or other, there will be also Lord Shiva temple also. This is the beauty. Because Lord Shiva always, we cannot separate him from Krishna. So, now, you may know the story where Lord Shiva wanted to see Krishna after 12 days from the birth of Krishna. So Lord Shiva's natural form has 3 eyes and a long, unkempt, matted hair. He wears a tiger skin, a garland of snakes, a belt of scorpions, and has ashes smeared all over his body. So, exhibiting this fearsome form, Lord Shiva entered Gokul, proceeded to Mother Yashoda's house. Okay, so, and he knocked on the door, he said, Bhiksham Dehi. So this is how in ancient days, they really asked for bhiksha. So he came as a mendicant. Mother Yashoda was so scared by looking at the appearance of Lord Shiva. So he thought, okay, all right. So he will go away after giving some alms, bhiksha. So all right, you really take whatever I give and then go, and then go before your snakes and scorpions fall here. So she was worried. Please understand that my baby is very small and will be frightened by your dress. So please go. So Lord Shiva said, I shall not go until I see your son. Because now Krishna is there inside. Okay, it is happening in the outside and in the just near the door. So Mother Yashoda then said, you can sit here as long as you want, but you will not see my son. Lord Shiva told, I can sit here for 10,000 years. One day when your son at least grows up and is no longer under your control, I will see him then. Mother Yashoda really got a little more angry. Oh Babaji, if you sit here for 10,000 years, I shall close this gate for 20,000 years. I will open a different gate through which my son will go out to play. Do not challenge me. My lovely son is my life. So meanwhile, Krishna, laying on the cradle, was aware of what was going on outside the door. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna, in the mood of servitorship, as a dasya. So he is the first Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam yada sampuhu. That is how Srimad Bhagavatam says. And Mother Yashoda is a pure devotee in the mood of parental love. There is a difference here now. So Lord Shiva is actually a Vaiti Bhakta because he is a Dasya Bhava and, in the Dasya Bhava. But Mother Yashoda is actually advanced. She is in the mood of parental love. He is in the Raganuga. So both have unalloyed love for Krishna. But the mood of parental love is a closer relationship than the mood of what Lord Shiva has as servitorship. So Lord Shiva had to give up to Yashoda. That's it. So Lord Shiva then left Yashoda's home, palace, feeling really very, very sad. And he reached the bank of Yamuna river and he sat down and began meditating on how dramatically Krishna acts. He was just meditating. Oh, Krishna is there. I want to see. And Krishna, knowing that Lord Shiva, his best devotee, left the house unsatisfied, began to cry. And no one could stop him. All the gopas, elderly gopas and gopis, all tried to stop Krishna from crying. He was only 12 days baby. But their attempts were of no avail. He continued crying loudly. Then a clever gopi named Lalita, she approached Mother Yashoda and asked her, if anyone had left the house displeased, somebody, some sadhu, did any sadhu or anyone came and you did not really satisfy him? So Mother Yashoda then thought for a moment and said, yes, one mendicant came with snakes wrapped around his neck and wanted to see my child. I wanted to give him whatever he desired, but he said he wanted to see only my child. He did not take anything. And he left in unsatisfied. Then Lalita said, yes, sadhu should never leave one's house unsatisfied. Whatever he wanted, he should have been given. So this is the curse that is haunting your baby and all of us. Therefore, you must call the sadhu. So then Mother Yashoda then described the appearance of the sadhu to Lalita. And Lalita then left in search of the sadhu, found him near the bank of Yamuna and brought him back to the house. At last, very reluctantly, Mother Yashoda brought baby Krishna and showed to Lord Shiva. And then, in fact, he actually gave to Lord Shiva. Okay? So as soon as Lord Shiva received Krishna, Krishna immediately stopped crying and opened his eyes and saw his pure devotee, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a very pure devotee of Krishna. You have to understand that. He is the first Vaishnava. So Lord Shiva, having taken Krishna atop his lap, was lost in an ocean of transcendental ecstasy. He was just offering prayers and prayers. He said, oh Lord of the universe, oh Lord of all, oh Supreme Controller, it is very difficult to really see how you will act next. It is inconceivable that The Lord who cannot be even seen by meditating for thousands of years. Nobody can see. Even the yogis and they have no idea of seeing you. They cannot even see the foot, just a foot nail of your feet. They cannot see. Now you are acting as a child, as a cowherd, child for a cowherd lady. What a wonderful thing it is. Only you know your desire. No one else does. Oh Lord, I simply came to really pay my homage unto you. So after saying this, Lord Shiva took the little feet and touched them, to his head and chanted the Gopal Sahasranama. Okay. So there is 1,000 names of the Lord. He chanted the Gopal Sahasranama Nama Sotra. You can, it's a nice scripture. And then after chanting that, then he went back and the same thing, whatever that Gopal Sahasranama Sotra he chanted here, he chanted that to Parvati, and also he really told about his meeting of, seeing Lord Krishna. So in the entire Vrindavan, near every Krishna temple, there will be a Lord Shiva temple around. Because he always participates in the Leelas of Sri Krishna, and Lord Shiva is the first Vaishnava. And he is also the protector of Vrindavan. All the directions, if you see that, if you go to Vrindavan, Lord Shiva temple is there, and what does really take us as an Naivedyam? For, the Brajavasis first offer to Krishna, take the prasadam and then give it to Lord Shiva, because he is the first Vaishnava. Then only others can actually take the prasadam. Nimnaganam yada Ganga, Devanam achyuto yata, Vaishnavanam yada Sambhu, Purananam idam tada. See, he says, just as Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, all the rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among all the gods, Lord Shiva is what? Is Shambhu, is the greatest Vaishnavas. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all the Puranas. So, okay, these are all the scriptures. Now, what do you see in this picture at right? It is his entrance. Okay, so now you are really entered. So when you entered on the right side, you will see that Lord Shiva's temple there, and left side you see this. So there are people sitting here. Why are they sitting here? You see the door. That's the main door to this to this palace. You see the pillars here. There are so many pillars inside actually. Here people are sitting outside waiting to enter. But how? Not by foot. Because this is the place that Krishna was crawling. So this is a place that we should not be actually putting our feet on it. So they sit like this and they hold their feet, and they really just like that, make moving their body. When the gate opens, they will move inside, step inside, and throughout they will not really make their foot to touch the floor there, because Krishna was crawling there. So that was how these devotees do. But not everybody does the same way. Most of the people just walk in and then really see the place. Okay? So this is the thing. So this is inside. So what you see is the same palace where Lord Krishna was crawling. He was on the cradle and was actually fed by Mother Yashoda. This is the place. And when you visit, you should ask all these, every pillar. These pillars, the original pillars, still standing because they are very strong, very old. And they have seen Krishna. So you should ask every pillar, oh pillar, you are actually so blessed, you have seen Krishna here. And, this is how your mood should be. So there is actually a small temple. What you see straight away, there is a small temple where they have a picture or the deity of Yashoda and also Nanda Baba, and then also Krishna and Balaram. So you will see that. But the problem is now, this Gokul, this place is really completely controlled by the Pandas. They will harass you like crazy. If you really go here, you have to be very, very careful. They will harass you like anything for money. So things became very, very bad now. So you have to be careful. Krishna was growing and crawling in Gokul. And then he also started walking. So on his knees, right, Yashoda put nice anklets called Kingini. Okay, so he wears all the so many ornaments that that Yashoda used to really decorate Krishna with. So much beautiful, all nice. So then Krishna was also dressed as with the yellow silk and this anklet, as I mentioned, nice necklaces and armlets and golden earrings and so many things were there. In Gokul, Krishna was walking here, here and there so mischievously. He was, how was he looking and how was he really walking? So this is how it is.
கிங்கிணி வளைய நூபுரதாரி நீஷ்க குண்டல வரங்கதஹாரி பீத்த ஜீனா வசன சதிம்பா சிஞ்சிதேரபி மன ஆம்சிஜஹாரா. Dressed in yellow silk and decorated with bracelets, anklets, necklaces, splendid armlets, and golden earrings, child Krishna stole everyone's heart with the tinkling sounds he made as he walked.
So now let us see. Let us come back to the same Gokul, and then where Swayam Bhagavan Krishna appeared in two-handed form, because in Goloka Vrindavan he is two-handed. In Dwaraka, four-handed. Anyway, so the next day morning, Nanda Maharaj, along with Gopas and Gopis, cut the umbilical cord and celebrated, as I mentioned, after he was born. Okay, so this incidence of Lord Shiva came, that happened 12 days after his birth. So now, Srila Prabhupada was actually also born on the same Nandosava, where this umbilical cord of the Swayam Bhagavan Krishna was really cut. That is what called Nandosava. Anyway, within few days, as ordered by Kamsa to Putana, she was killing so many newborn babies in that area. Then she also came to kill Krishna. She disguised herself as a mother, smeared deadly poison, and came to this place in Nanda Bhavana. So this the place where in Gokul it's actually called Nanda Bhavana. So we call our Kanyamari temple Gokul Bhavan based on this. Directly in front of Yashoda and Rohini, she was able to very easily pick up the sleeping baby Krishna from the cradle, and he really took him on her lap and began to breastfeed him. But Krishna sucked out of the deadly poison together with her life also. So what happened because of that? She got liberated actually. So basically because he got liberated from the body of a Rakshasi, because Putana was a Rakshasi. And then, this is the thing, Lord Krishna did not really kill just like that and then, let her go to Vaikuntha or somewhere. Because, any Vishnu or Narayana form, if they really kill any demon, they will get the position in Vaikuntha or they will get in Brahmajyoti, depending on their qualification. Here, because she came into Gokul, Krishna gave her a very higher position. It's called Dhatri, position of a Dhatri. Dhatri means nursing mother. Nursing mother that means foster mother in outskirts of Goloka. How will it get? Because I will tell you how. In the previous life, this same Putana was called Ratnamala, the daughter of Bali Maharaj. When in the palace of her father, she beheld the beauty of Lord Vamanadev. So she, by looking at the beauty of Vamanadev, she desired to have a son exactly like him. But when Vamanadev eventually took away everything from Bali Maharaj and bound him with the rope of snakes, Naga Pasha, she began to cry because in front of her, his own father is getting really pushed down. And she began to cry. She thought, I would kill such a cruel son by feeding him milk mixed with poison. Look at, he has Vatsalya Bhava. But now because of the anger, it is coming in a different way. And knowing her desire, Lord Vamanadev there itself gave her the boon. Evam astu, so be it. So Sri Krishna therefore killed Putana in that form and gave her proper identity as a nurse in Goloka. Okay, this is very important. She got a very higher destination. So after the incident with Putana, Kamsa sent this Sakadasura demon. This demon is very special. He can enter into any object and make it to act. He can move anywhere, because you must have really heard that in places also. Because when this goes to possess some object, it can move also. Anyway, so one day Mother Yashoda was busy with so many gopis preparing for the birthday of Krishna. That was the time. It was actually about 1 year or something. So the birthday is coming. So she left Krishna under an empty bullock cart, which was the very safe place at that moment, because so many things were going on, cooking and this and arranging for the big festival. That time Sakadasura entered into the cart, bullock cart, and wanted to kill Krishna. But seeing this, Krishna just kicked the cart with his one leg, just like that, a small baby kicking up. That's it. That gave such a strong blow that the Sakadasura got killed. And he was lying with because when any demon is getting killed, he will get back, his body will become again as his natural, what of the body that he really had. So after that incident, there was another demon sent by Kamsa. He was the Trinavrata demon, or called whirlwind demon. All these demons are actually the evil propensities also. Okay, that is how. So there are two things happening. One is the pastime happening, and all the demons are actually the manifestation of bad things. Okay, so evil things. So now he was so powerful. This demon was so powerful to kill anyone. So expecting this was going to happen, Lord Krishna was already readying himself. So that day he was so heavy that Mother Yashoda could not even lift even an inch. She could not take Krishna at all. She was perplexed, wondered what happened to his child. And very soon, when she was wondering why he is so heavy, a very strong stormy wind appeared, making everything so dark. No one could see anything around. And this demon, just like that, came and then picked up Krishna and was forcefully going up in the sky. But Krishna used his weight, and the demon was choked, because even though he was going up and up, eventually Krishna was really becoming more, more heavier and heavier. And finally, what happened now? The demon, he was choked, completely choked. He was really holding the neck and choked. And the demon came down and crushed on a stone and died. Anyway, he just fell down, and his demonic form actually was showing there. So Krishna, after that, he was just like that, as usual, playing like a baby child. Of course, everybody saw this, and then they were really wonderstruck. Also, near Gokul, we can see this place. Last time when we went, because I forgot the name, but every other time when we really visited Vrindavan, we always used to see this place. But this place is, I think, called local bandhan or something. And this is the place where the grinding motor, Ural, right? So that was tied to Krishna, right? When he stole butter and everything, remember he was tied, and then Krishna was really dragging this grinding motor through these two Arjuna trees, and these two Arjuna trees actually fell down, and then from there appeared Nalakuvera and Manigriva, and because then their curse by Narada Muni was really relieved, and then they really was sent back to where? Goloka again. So anyone who is really getting killed when they enter in Gokul, because by Krishna, even though it is Vishnu who is killing, but if we happen to see Krishna, they all actually go to Goloka, not to Vaikuntha or something. So these two actually got a divine form, and sent by Krishna to really go to Goloka and then join. And these two they have a position, the job of narrating the pastimes of the Lord in Goloka. Okay. So anyway, so you can, if you go to this place, you can see the actual ural, the grinding mortar, and also the place. There's a painting they have really put. So the original Arjuna tree is of course gone anyway. Now they have really grown two small trees. You can actually see that, and then this is the painting that you really see that happened at that place. Okay, so now what happened, because everybody was going and then trying to really kill, and they do touching this sacred one. Now they have really put a glass box, and like nobody can actually now touch. But when we went, we could really touch, and then so it was so good. Now also in Gokul there is a place called Brahmanda Ghata. Brahmanda Ghata is very famous. This is where Krishna showed Yashoda the universes in his mouth. Okay, in our last trip or before, last trip, few families only, because we went there only last day or last 2 days or somewhere there. So not every family could really make it there, but we took a boat ride right in this Brahmanda Ghata that you are actually going to see now. We were actually singing the same bhajan, Gokul bhajan song there. That's the Brahmanda Ghata. Just you saw is the entrance to here. Anyway, so Brahmanda God means bathing place, right? So Brahmanda Ghat is a place where Lord Krishna once ate mud. Why did he really eat mud? Because that time when he was there, he was really absorbed in the way that Mother Earth is really so kind. See, we are doing so many nonsense on the Mother Earth. In fact, whenever we really get up in the early morning, how we should rather get up? Our Guru Parampara says, as soon as you get up, first thing you really remember is Gurudev. Guru and then Guru Parampara. And then after that, what happens is, when you really get down from the bed, you have to give prayer to Bhuma Devi, because you are actually touching the Bhuma Devi with your feet. Who cares nowadays? This is how we are supposed to be. But anyway, so to honor that great Mother Earth, he said yes. There was some dialogues actually going on, and then Krishna said, "See, I will eat your own mud as a prasadam." Then that's how he really put in his mouth, and the Gopas immediately saw. They saw, oh, Krishna is eating mud. Wow! What happened then? They ran to Mother Yashoda. Actually that palace that we showed in the beginning, it's very near to Brahmanda Ghat. In fact, that time when these two Arjuna trees were actually falling down with a big heavy noise, that time Nanda Baba was taking bath in the same Brahmanda Ghat, and he heard the sound. It was so thunderous, and he immediately really left the place. And after the whole thing, actually he saw, that is actually big another big story. Then he really took Krishna and Balaram on his shoulder and brought back to the same Brahmanda Ghat and bathed them actually. Okay. So anyway, so Yashoda came to know, what, Krishna, my son has eaten mud. Wow, I'm coming right now. And he took a stick and then all the way ran to the place, Brahmanda Ghat. And he grabbed Krishna. Okay, Lala, did you eat mud? No, Maya, I did not eat mud. Of course, everybody is complaining. So they said, okay, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Oh, Krishna said, okay, I can make a trick or something. So he opened the mouth, and Yashoda became dumbstruck. He saw innumerable universes, countless Brahmas, countless Vishnus, and countless Shivas. That many Shivas, that many Vishnus, that many Brahmas? Yes, this is the secret. Because it's not just one Brahma, one Vishnu, one Shiva. That is only one Brahmanda. One Shiva, one Vishnu and one Brahmanda. Brahma is only one Brahmanda. Right? How many Brahmandas you are showing? Unlimited. You are seeing and seeing and seeing and seeing. Everywhere there was a Brahma, there was a Vishnu, there was Shiva. This is a Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, by the way. There are three kinds of Vishnu. Mahavishnu, Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, and another one. Now all the moving and non-moving entities, everything is showing. Not only that, she was also inside, looking at the mouth of Krishna there. Oh, she thought something is happening. She closed her eyes in fear. Of course there was a fear. What was the fear? Something has happened to my son, not for me. Something has happened to my son. Panic. Oh, my son is possessed by a ghost now. By a ghost. And he fainted. And then he really got up. And when he got up, he opened her eyes again. And everything was normal. And Krishna was sitting on her lap. But that was really something. He's got completely, what happened? My son is, something I need to do because I don't care about me. See, this is the Vatsalya Bhava, okay? Not like I am afraid, my fear has to go, so I have to. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a wrong stories. Because sometimes somebody posted something in our, this WhatsApp. It's a wrong story. That's not the story. They just make up the stories. So Yashoda took Krishna, and what did he do? She did not go anywhere. Just she really came back to her palace. And this is the same place where she was actually found, Krishna was found to be eating the mud near the Brahmanda, okay? Brahmanda god, okay? And also nearby, okay, so when you are seeing Yamuna, just through the Brahmanda god, this temple is on the left side for you, okay? And also, and now you really face the temple, it's called Miti Gopal temple. Why Miti Gopal temple? Because what is the Naivedyam? It's only mud, because Krishna ate mud at this place. So they really make mud as the Naivedyam. You can actually pay some money and then they will give what? Mud. So you really offer to Krishna and then take that as a prasadam, and then that mud is the one you really put in your mouth. Okay. Actually we have something at home also. Now if you see then when you are facing the temple, you look at the left side, and left side is a place where exactly Krishna opened the mouth. It's written there also. If you go, you can see that. Anyway, Mother Yashoda was worried. Immediately rushed to her house. That's a palace, the same place. And called all the Brahmanas to come and recite mantras. For what? To drive away the ghost. You should remember here, Yashoda was not at all afraid about her. She was afraid only for the welfare of Krishna. This is the real Vatsalya mood. A mother never worries about her, but only about her child. Mother Yashoda is a pinnacle of Vatsalya Bhava. That is why even Lord Shiva had to yield for her wish. If she says, no, you cannot see my Krishna, Lord Shiva has to really get out. That's exactly happened. So Mother Yashoda reached her palace. Not only, what did she do? She collected some cow dungs and cow urines, mixed them, and what did she do? He poured them all on Krishna. And Krishna was just smiling, because Krishna is a Rasa Raja. So he came here to really enjoy these kind of loving exchanges with his dear devotees. So that is the real reason he came. And then when the Dwaraka Krishna, so he left all the devotion. There was no Rasika. He was actually king of the kings. Okay, so that is a different Krishna. We don't worship the Dwaraka Krishna. We don't worship anyone else. Only this Vasudev. Also not worship. We love him. Okay. So, anyway. So, to drive away the ghost, he was pouring what? Pouring this cow dung and everything. And all the Brahmanas were called. And Brahmanas came and recited all this. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, so on and so on. And Krishna was just happily, he was laughing and saying, oh mom, oh Maya, they are chanting my names. It's all my names. Yashoda said, shut up. You do not know anything. Just sit here and we have to really drive the ghost that is actually sitting in your body. Look at here. This is affection. Okay, see, look at this. See, this is how Krishna comes for this only. Mother Yashoda never accepted Krishna as a supreme Lord. Never. Her motherly love for him blossomed rather than weakened. By contrast, look at what Devaki did. Devaki and Vasudeva saw Krishna in four-armed form. Their Vatsalya prema weakened. They lost, they were praying. They accepted, oh, you are the Supreme Lord. Similarly, if you see that, Arjuna's Sakya Bhava, mood of friendship, also weakened when he saw Krishna's universal form, like what was shown to Mother Yashoda here. Actually, Krishna showed that in 3 occasions. Devaki, Vasudeva, and Arjuna folded their hands and began to glorify Krishna and pray to him. In Braja, however, the prema of the Brajavasis does not weaken. Even when Krishna manifests himself as a Supreme Lord, no, their sweet mood towards Krishna never diminishes, because they never accept Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, as Bhagavan. So that's why, if you see, for example, there are 2 bhavas here. This is a difference between Vaiti Bhakti and Braja Bhakti that we are always talking and talking. They are very different. Vaiti Bhakti can never control Krishna. Lord Shiva can never control Krishna. And also similarly, Arjuna. So, no, it's not possible. Only Raganuga Bhakti can control Krishna. It is the sweetest. Even Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, they all came from, there are Manjaris came from same place. So he said, I came to tell you, you are not the body, and Krishna is a supreme Lord, supreme God. That is Srila Prabhupada's version, because he was teaching the first grade or kindergarten. But our Gurudev, what he said, yes, now I am telling you to forget that Krishna is supreme God. I have come here to tell you. Now I am saying that he is beloved. He is not God. He is beloved. So both came from Goloka and are Manjaris from Goloka. But as a first step, Srila Prabhupada taught Vaiti Bhakti. That's why our Gurudev always says that. See, Prabhupada taught Vaiti Bhakti. So the other organization, what he invented was to bring them to the Vaiti Bhakti level, first step. And then when that devotees, they really get matured, and then their Baba, their actually Swarupa, we actually showing that they have a different form, they just come out and come to our Gurudev. So you have to be very careful. This is a different topic altogether. So the Raganuga Bhakti is the sweetest, and that can control Krishna. So Mother Yashoda is so advanced. Even Lord Shiva had to give his way to Yashoda. Why? Lord Shiva, even though he is actually high, he is only below in terms of devotion to Krishna, in terms of love to Krishna. Yashoda is higher. He is a Raganuga Bhakta. She never accepted Krishna as a Supreme Lord. So look at the beauty of, look at the position of Mother Yashoda, how high she is.
Yashoda yannatavam seidane, Yashoda yannatavam seidane, Yashoda எங்கும் இறை பரபிரம்மம் அம்மா வென்றழைக்க என்ன தவம் செய்தனே, யசோதா எங்கும் இறை பரபிரம்மம் அம்மா வென்றழைக்க என்ன தவம் செய்தனே.
Also very near to Gokul, we can see this nice temple in Raman Reddy. Okay, Raman Reddy is a temple that, where this is a place where we have so much of sand, and in the sand, where all the Gopas and Krishna, they used to play, and they used to roll in the sand, and there is a nice temple also nearby. I'm just showing a little bit of that. Also in Bhavan, there is the birthplace of Radharani. Okay, now let us come to the Radharani side. In fact, the appearance of Radharani happens sometimes in Raval and other times in Barshana. So this place is called Raval. So previously Yamuna used to flow here as the main stream. So now it is not the main stream. It is only a side stream actually. But because Yamuna used to change the flow, so sometimes, this way it used to actually make some changes sometimes. So this was the mainstream before. Anyway, so 15 days after the appearance of Krishna in Gokul, King Brishabhanu was taking bath in Yamuna. He saw a great effulgence around him and coming from a 1,000-petal lotus flower. On that lotus was a small and very beautiful effulgent baby girl. That baby girl was so beautiful, so effulgence was so much, it was really, he could not even see anything else. And then Lord Brahma just appeared there. Okay, Brishabhanu was just taking bath in this place, this place Raval. And Lord Brahma took the baby and handed over to King Brishabhanu. Why Brahma? Because Brahma is the chief of this Brahmanda. He is like the CEO or in charge of our Brahmanda. And it is also so special that Lord Brahma is our grand Gurudev too. So King Brishabhanu Maharaj took the baby to his home and gave to his queen Kirtida Devi. He also noticed that the baby did not open her eyes at all. Maharaj gave the baby girl to Kirtida Devi, and she was very happy. They wanted to give thousands of cows in charity to the Brahmana. That's how they really, reciprocate their happiness. They were arranging for a big ceremony. They placed the baby in a gem-studded, nice cradle. The baby was growing with glistering beauty. But then, what happened was, they were noticing, they were about to, they were actually about to arrange a big ceremony. But they did not proceed because they noticed something about this baby. The baby girl has not made even a single sound at all. And never even opened her eyes yet. Never. So many days now. And the baby did not hear also any sound either. Practically, she was dumb and blind and deaf. That is basically how she was behaving. So whatever they tried, she would not open the eyes. So both Kirtida Devi and Brishabhanu Maharaj worried. They thought that the baby was blind and dumb. And they were wondering what to do. Months were passing with great worry. Meanwhile, Narada Muni came there. So he knew that from Lord Brahma, who actually handed the baby, he knew, oh yes, Radharani has really appeared now. In fact, behind, Narada Muni was the one who chanted the mantras when handing over the baby. Okay, but he was not seen there. But he was the one chanted. Okay, so Narada Muni came. And Brishabhanu Maharaj did not recognize who it was. He said, Narada Muni then said, I am Narada Muni. I have come here to really see a baby girl. Do you have a new child born? Brishabhanu Maharaj did not want to really say about Radharani. He said, yes. And I have a boy, because Sridama was born to Brishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Devi as a elder, yes, as a boy. So yes, I have a boy. He really brought Sridama. And Narada, of course, blessed him. But then you must also have another girl, a child, recently. Then Brishabhanu Maharaj said, yes, Narada Muni, but she is blind, baby. No, there is no use of seeing her, Narada Muni. No, don't worry. And Narada Muni said, no, immediately you arrange Chandan, Kungum, Yamuna water, and all the auspicious things. I need to bless her. Okay, in the guise of bless, to really came to bless, but he actually came to get blessing. Narada Muni said, okay. Also, not only that, you should arrange for a big ceremony that you really thought of doing. Because as you originally planned, you should also arrange the big ceremony. And Kirtida Devi and Brishabhanu went inside to get the baby from the cradle. And Narada Muni was just waiting, and he started meditating on the form of Srimati Radharani, the eternal consort of Lord Sri Krishna. Within few moments, she gave darshan to Narada Muni. How? She appeared with all her Ashtasakis and Gopis. And the Lalita, who is one of the Ashtasakis, told Narada Muni, wow, we are here now. See, look, Radharani is here. What are you waiting for? Offer your pranam to her now. Because Narada Muni completely forgot in the whole scenario as what to do. Then Narada Muni gave pranams, and Radharani smiled, blushed, and then all the Sakis, they all immediately vanished. So now Narada Muni wanted to become a gopi and to serve Radharani. That desire actually somehow came. And now by the time Vrishabhani Maharaj and Kritita Devi did not know what happened, they really brought the baby to Narada Muni and gave pranams to and then upward pranam to Narada Muni and gave. So the baby girl was there now, and Narada Muni then, there what he did, he gave pranams to Radharani. In fact, he came as to bless Radharani, but he really gave pranams, and he applied all the auspicious things and chanted the auspicious mantras and blessed. So after blessing the baby, he was very overwhelmed. He wanted to become a gopi and serve Radharani. So Radharani went to a kunda, now called Narada Kunda. Okay, you can see that. So you have the Kushma Sarovara, which you are seeing on the top right, and very nearby, probably about 500 meters or something, you can see this kunda where Narada Muni meditated for so many years, and this is now it's called Narada Kunda. And in fact, that Kushma Sarovara, what you see on the top right, is the place where Narada Muni in fact sat and wrote the Pancharatra, where also there is inside the Pancharatra there are a lot of things that we follow. And then Sri Radha Sahasram that we really did yesterday in the Harikatha is actually part of the Pancharatra. This Narada Pancharatra. Okay. So anyway, so here he was actually meditating. Seeing the intense meditation, Paurnamasi, who is Yogamaya, came there, and without the permission of Paurnamasi, no one can actually go into the Gopi's circle. So she took Narada Muni and dipped Narada Muni in the Kushma Sarovara, and Narada Muni became Naradiya Gopi. So Narada Muni served Radharani and Krishna as Naradiya Gopi. But you should note that Narada Muni could not only, could only serve, but he could not go into the Rasalila. Rasalila is not for everybody. Even the Vanacharis Gopis, who were actually the rishis, 60,000 rishis in the Tandakaranya forest when Lord Ram came, they could not dance in the Rasalila. They could only see the Rasalila. So I really covered last episode, I believe. Yes, even Lakshmi Devi is not able to see the Rasalila even, and she is still doing tapas because she is in the Aishwarya mood. Aishwarya mood cannot see Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. It's not possible. Only to Lord Narayan. Okay, now anyway, so more months passed by. As Narada Muni ordered, Kritita Devi and Vrishabhanu Maharaj arranged a big celebration. Anyway, because even though they did not want to, and because of Narada Muni's order, that was arranged. So the news of their baby reached everywhere. The news was personally sent to Gokul, to Yashoda and Nanda Baba also. So where Krishna was born? Few weeks before Radharani actually appeared. So now they are not really doing the ceremony right away there. She was actually, now Krishna has grown up in such a way that he can crawl. That is the situation there. So Nanda Baba and Yashoda were so happy and wanted to see the baby girl. They all came in many bullock carts with a lot of gifts for the baby. Yashoda, Nanda Baba, and many gopis came. Big function. And Kritita Devi was telling Yashoda with great distress, though, because they were asking, how's the baby? But Kritita Devi was crying. She was very sad. Oh, my baby, he's blind and dumb, she told. And whoever came and then heard this, they could not believe. They could not believe. They were really so sad. That time, Krishna was about an year old or something. As I mentioned, he was just crawling and barely walking. All of a sudden, he crawled and walked to the cradle where Radharani was in. He just got the cradle, stood up, and then he just, to the cradle, he just peeked and looked at Radharani, that baby girl. That was it. As soon as baby heard Krishna's voice and he could see that Krishna is here, immediately the first thing he really heard was whatever Krishna was uttering, as whatever he said. That was the first thing that Radharani heard. And she immediately fluttered her eyes open and saw Krishna first. And he started to cry in so much of bliss. Okay? Look at how Radharani and Krishna are really close. Look at here. Radharani did not want to hear anything other than Krishna's voice first. She did not want to see anyone other than Krishna first. And he did not want to speak or anything to anyone else except to Krishna. Look at how they are. That is why Radharani is the Haladini Sakti of Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. So because Swayam Bhagavan Krishna becomes two. That is one is the again the same Swayam Bhagavan who really came born in Gokul to Mother Yashoda, and the other one that is Radharani. See, they are actually making that Radharani is the Haladini Sakti, the pleasure potency. So Radharani was waiting to see and make the first sound to Krishna, and the first thing to see. Everyone was astonished and were so happy. And they said, our girl is actually perfect. She is not blind or dumb, with so much of happiness. Vrishabhanu Maharaj gave so much of charity, and the festival was amazing and simply amazing. So today we covered the Gokul, and we touched some of the glimpses of the pastimes that also happened in Gokul, where Krishna was born to Mother Yashoda. And also we really touched on this Raval, where Radharani appeared. And finally how they all came together. But again, remember, as you know, even though, in Goloka Vrindavan, they are not married. There is no marriage. What is this, the need of marriage? What is this marriage? Marriage is not there in Goloka. It is only for some pastimes like last week that we covered. Then Bandirvana, there was a marriage, arranged marriage. That is only a pastime. So they need not be married. That is why because they come here to perform leelas, the pastimes, to really let us know how sweet is this relationship is, this Madhurya Rasa. We saw the Vatsalya Rasa in Gokul, but again higher than that is the Madhurya Rasa, which only Radharani and Gopis actually have. They have that. So that is why in Goloka, you have Goloka, then inside is Vrindavan. So Goloka Vrindavan, that is spiritual sky, Vrindavan is inside. Even Mother Yashoda cannot go there. Okay, understand that. Mother Yashoda cannot go there in those kunjas and where Radharani and Gopis, they all really meet. Is very, very high. But that kind of affection, the divine love is reflected in the material world as lust. This is rascaldom. The lust here, what we see, is a mirror, this reflection of this divine love which is there with Krishna. But here, because it's called reflected, it's mutated. It's not the real at all. It's wrong actually here. We should not be lusty here at all. Because why the lust is really put here is just Brahma arranged through the Mahamaya so that we get into this is what? Making population in this earth. This is wrong. This is lust. That is love. There's a big difference. In English, there is no way of actually translating prema to the, there is no other language except Sanskrit. It has a right meaning. It is prema. Lust what we have. This here in this world, this whole lust is the problem. That's the beginning of all the problem. Yesterday we really saw in the Harikatha, from lust comes, then anger comes, then greed comes, or then illusion comes, and finally you really mess up your whole life because of the lust. Desire to enjoy the material world. But there, we really just saw the glimpse of Mother Yashoda's affection in the Vatsalya Bhava is so pure, it's selfless. But here the lust is selfish. I am actually, we are actually doing for our own enjoyment. But there, it's the other way. That is why in the pure bhakti, right? What is pure bhakti? You give up your enjoyment and you do all the things only for the enjoyment of Krishna. That is called Uttama. See? Anyabhilashita sunyam jnana karmani anamritam anukulena krishnanu silanam bhakti uttama. That is what our Gurudev came to give. Okay, but they had to do in steps. Prabhupada had to really cut the jungles first. So he had to give only Vaidhi Bhakti. That's why he was always talking, you are not the body, you are not the body. He was just touching only that. And the above, he will go only up to Vaikuntha. He will always say Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha, but in his scriptures, he was rewriting higher. So then, after that, our Gurudev came. He is completely only Raganuga Bhakta. He won't talk about anything about Vaidhi Bhakti. But without Vaidhi Bhakti, we cannot really advance. I mean, those who really go in that path. The original Raganuga Bhaktas, coming straight away from Goloka, they will straight away go to the Vaidhi Bhakti, straight away go to the Raganuga Bhakti. They don't have to do anything to the Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti is for the Sadhana Bhaktas. Okay, but those who are Nitya Siddhas, they are there in the Goloka, they do not have to go through Vaidhi Bhakti. So, Prabhupada came to put the foundation. So he was the one who really was actually, that is why Vaidhi Bhakti needs a lot of temples. So many temples we need, because to bring these ordinary people in. But whereas our Gurudev said, no, you build temples in your heart. You can make temples here and there, but unnecessarily it will create only politics, only problem. Wherever there is a temple you build, there will be problems only. But I came to tell you, no temples. You just make temples in the heart of the devotee. That's why our Gurudev was not really emphasizing. Whatever the temples we are doing is only to really bring somebody in Vaidhi Bhakti to start with. But that's not the motive of our Gurudev. So you have to understand that. So January 22nd, same time. And what I'm thinking about is, this is very high in fact. Nandagaon, Ter Kadamba, that is my favorite. And Uttavakyari and Yavat, where Radharani was married to Abhimanyu. This Abhimanyu is nothing to do with Arjuna's son. No, don't get confused. Please, no. This is, who is Abhimanyu? A shadow manifested by Yoga Maya, so that Krishna and Radharani will feel separated, so that they can enact the pastimes. So they will put blocking so many obstacles for bhakti. Without obstacle, you cannot have pure bhakti. Because how will you know an elephant is strong? Only when you tie to a tree and the elephant really uproots that. That is how you really see the strength of the elephant. The same way, how will you see your bhakti to Krishna? Only when Krishna will put the obstacles and see whether you are able to pierce through that. That is, then you shine. So same way, all these, Jatila, Kutila, all the things, remember, they're all purposely manifested so that to really see this rasa so intricate. So Radharani was really, thinking that, oh, I have been married. Actually, he was married to Krishna only, the shadow of Krishna. And Abhimanyu could not touch even, could not even see Radharani. He was only, buying cows and plowing and these, that was the thing. Never ever. This is the shadow. Okay, but that feeling has to come. That is when we really see so much of rasa, so much of pastimes in prema bhava, not the lusty bhava. No, we should be very careful to understand. Okay. In Dwaraka, what kind of pastime happened? Remember? He married 16,108 queens. What is there? So marriage will put a block to this kind of prema bhakti. Prema bhakti has nothing to do with marriage. So that is why we have to understand this one. With this, I want to conclude here. Hare Krishna. Vanja kalpa tarupchecha. Kripa sindhupevacha. Paritanam pavanepyo. Vaishnavepyo. Namo namaha. Again, these classes are very high. Not for everybody. Whoever could really attend, you have some blessings actually coming from your past birth. Because otherwise, these kind of classes, no one can actually attend. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Bye.